We hope you enjoyed this episode. Unfortunately, they made some mistakes.
Oh my God. It's like I'm looking through binoculars.
Why?
I just got my new lenses that have my far prescription up top. Transitions, they call them.
Oh, sure, yes.
And then my nearsightedness down here. I've never had the top. I feel like I'm looking at through binoculars. I can see every pore on your face.
Great. My favorite thing. So happy to hear that.
I'm totally teasing. I cannot see your pores. That's just an example one would give if they could see perfectly.
Okay. I just want to apologize to everyone because we did an Armchair Anonymous story a while back where a woman drank a rat
Yep.
in a water bottle, which we've referred to a couple times. But it's really fucked with some people, including me. As we know, I thought a rat got in my kettle, into the straw part of the kettle. I still am not positive that didn't happen.
Mm-hmm. Even though physics would say it couldn't.
Anything's possible.
Yeah.
My friend Sally, she voice memoed me the other day, and she said...
Sally from Argent.
Sally, who owns the amazing suit company Argent.
Yeah.
Very successful woman, very smart woman.
Smart woman and successful woman.
So...
Get in line, folks.
That's right. Well, don't. She is married and has children.
Oh, okay.
But get in line to buy her stuff. She left me a voice memo and said, I make this dessert for my kids where I puree strawberries and lemons, and then it sounds amazing. And she slices the strawberries, she puts the puree on and whips cream, puts that on there with some honey and vanilla or something, and then I know. And she layers that up.
Yeah.
She sometimes makes this for the kids, she says, and she makes a little bit for her. Mm-hmm. So she did this, and she says she was eating it, and she tasted something weird. There was a weird texture. Mm-hmm. And so she pulled out this little piece, this little white, tiny piece. And then there was more. And she's convinced that it was a rat. Now there's rats in all of our foods.
Okay. Well, I have been laughing about it thus far. I know it stayed with you really. It was really strong. It's a big one for you.
Yeah.
And I had made a water in the gym.
Oh, boy.
Last week. And then I put it in a little holder next to my machine. And then 2 days went by. And then I went and I had another sip of it.
No!
And
what?
It tasted weird. And I will admit, I was like, oh no, is there a mouse in here? I had it. I had the feeling. Of course, there was not a mouse in there.
Are you sure?
Yes, and I was like, how could I even entertain this? It was up so high on a rack. There's no way a mouse could have got up there.
Of course they can.
And the top was closed, but it tasted funky, and you'll be happy to know that it is in my subconscious as well, because now the minute I taste something funky in water, I now do think, oh, there's a mouse inside. There's a mouse in this house.
I hate to tell you. A mouse went in there, swam around for a while, and then came out.
Just took a nice bath.
Lid. He opened the lid.
It's conscientious.
Yeah,
mouse.
I mean, we are as a group. Mice are conscientious and hardworking and good at covering our tracks. So I feel like that mouse opened that lid, went in there, did a swim,
took a bath.
Yes,
bathed.
Yeah, well, yeah, and then
clean mice. They're clean. They're cleaner than you think.
Heard you coming. I was like, oh my God, Dax is coming. Ran up and closed it and you drank it.
And now I have bubonic plague.
Should we make water bottles with fake mice in them?
Oh, wow.
No,
a mouse ice cube thing.
Oh, that's cute, actually.
Or just a toy one that floats in there.
I think we might get sued choking wise. I guess it could be huge.
It can't fit out the hole.
You'd be surprised
what you can choke on. Over. Oh, what you can sue on.
Yeah, I just heard a story about someone. I'm afraid to tell it.
Oh, what?
Well, just someone sat on the hot bar at a Whole Foods and they burnt themselves, and then they sued Whole Foods, and now they're the reason there's a sign. And I said to my kids, what's to say you can pick up the tongs and slam them into your eyeball? Well, we got to have fucking signs on the tongs. Don't slam these into your eyeballs.
Wait,
I don't like this story.
On the hot bar?
Yes, and got burned.
Why did they? Ew. Also, that's
it was a childish, old enough child that I you know.
I have to say something. That is so disgusting that someone's butt was on the hot bar.
I think they were clothed.
I don't care.
But
They
I guess
farted in their pants and put their pants on the hot bar.
I know that. Yeah, maybe Whole Foods should have sued them.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it might have been
Exactly.
Gelson's. I'm not sure, so don't sue me if you're either of those stores. But apparently this happened.
It could have been Lazy Acres.
And my kids
too,
were thrilled by
alleged.
this story, and I was like, "This is not a good story. People shouldn't be suing companies for sitting on top of a hot bar."
Did the kids think like, yeah, stick it to the man?
I guess.
Oh,
or
wow.
I don't know. They're just probably excited someone they knew had a story that involved changing a policy at a grocery store.
Was
That's
it one of
probably-
their friends who sat on the
Yeah,
hot
yeah,
bar?
yeah,
It
yeah.
was?
Yeah. Or one of their friends' sisters or something. I don't know.
Oh my God. Please don't sit on the hot bar.
Yeah.
That's,
Suing.
I feel bad because I like a buffet in theory. I used to like them a lot. We know you love a buffet.
Love.
And it's getting, the older I get, the more I resist open food situation.
Because of you're afraid of
I'm just like, ew, like too many people breathing on it. Like I just don't
Coughing.
trust people
Sure.
anymore.
That's why these salad bars often they have such a restrictive plexiglass plate over it so you can't cough on it that it's nearly impossible to get your arms under the thing and operate. And I'm like, I'd rather take on some illness and have the freedom to move and do my magic.
You want that?
Yeah, I want it wide open so I can operate.
Oh no.
But you know me, I'm a risk taker. I'm an adrenaline junkie.
You also have germy stuff. You have weird stuff. Not very much.
No.
I guess you just don't like fish,
Yeah, I think you're confusing fish and germs.
I guess.
I work under the assumption you're going to get every single germ, and it's kind of a waste of time to worry about it.
Okay, well, I disagree. I don't think you have to get listeria. And you do not
But
have to
listeria
get
wouldn't be
listeria.
born from the people coughing on it.
No,
That's
but it's
coming
the
from
lettuce.
the field. Yes.
Yeah. So that's
I don't
another
want
thing.
listeria.
Right. But we're trusting that whoever put that huge vat of lettuce cleaned the lettuce.
Yes, but okay, this will be a very unpopular opinion and people will be mad about it. But it's like when we have friends that are like, they were going to come over and they're like, I don't think we should come over because so-and-so got sick. I'm like, well, great. We're either going to get it today or we're going to get it in 4 days. We live in LA. Our kids go to schools. I'm going to get everything. So
I know.
It's like all I'm doing is picking what time I think is most convenient for me to get a cold.
Yes, I totally disagree with you. Yes.
Yeah.
I often avoid many sicknesses by just not seeing the person that's sick.
I think some people's lives are controllable in that manner. But I think once you have kids that are in a public school, there's no control. It's like whatever is in the Gen Pop, you're going to get because they're going to be at school with other kids that have it. So maybe this is just me accepting the reality of my last 13 years, which is like when you have kids, you're not going to be able to choose who you interact with.
Mm-hmm.
That's out the window.
Sure.
So when we have friends that are like, so-and-so sick, I'm like, yeah, well, if it's in her school, it's in my kid's school, or it certainly will be by Tuesday, and then they're going to bring it home to me. It's like, it's just, all we're talking about is timeline.
Yeah, but sometimes timeline makes a difference. Like if you have a huge fucking thing at work or you have something big
Sure.
and you're like, I don't want that
Right.
for that.
I want it on the weekend.
I'd rather, if I have to get it, I got to get it a different time.
Yeah.
Speaking of sicknesses, I was at the hospital visiting a friend
For a positive thing.
for a positive thing, but that's my whole point. Hospitals are they're such a mind fuck
Tell me.
because the best possible things are happening there and the worst possible things are
Sure.
happening
Life is
there.
coming into the world
And
and life is
leaving
leaving the world.
simultaneously,
The circle of
all
life is all in that city
in
block.
one building.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was visiting a friend who had a baby and I was pulling up and I could feel myself. I was like getting kind of anxious as I was like driving up to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what is this feeling? Like, is it what? And it was like at night and I was kind of tired. So I was like, oh, maybe I'm just tired. But then I was like, no, I don't want to be here. I don't
You don't
like
like
hospitals
hospitals,
at
yeah.
all. And it was kind of a new realization, and maybe it's newer the older I get,
Uh-huh.
and where I know like, oh, death is upon us.
Yeah.
And I did not like it there.
Yeah.
And I was happy to be there to support my friend. I was really happy I went. I wrote in my journal that was the best part of my day.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was like a lie to myself, but I was happy.
Do you find that you lie in your journal a lot?
No.
Okay.
Well, I don't know.
Sure.
No. Like I'm writing down the correct amount of water. I'm writing down the correct amount of alcohol. I'm doing, but I will.
But are you writing down takeaways that you wish were your takeaways versus what they really were?
No, like yesterday I wrote, am I depressed or do I have an infection?
Mm-hmm.
That was in my notes section.
Okay.
No, I think I'm pretty honest in there.
Okay.
Anyway, so I was just like very overcome with the idea that these nurses, and they're so happy. Some nurses came in and out.
Yeah. They're truly a special breed. They're the best we've got.
They really are. And we're so lucky, to have them. It's
truly.
And like the NICU nurses and stuff.
Because at least the doctors, you're like, oh, the doctors are rich.
Exactly.
But the nurses aren't rich.
And
you're like, God bless.
The nurses are doing the dirty work.
I think 95% of everything.
100. They're doing most of the work and all the dirty work.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And
the thankless
work. And they're so smiley.
And the patients are often quite cranky. They're in their worst mood they're likely to be in their whole life.
I know.
Yeah,
so I was so
They're
grateful.
amazing. I mean, truly, I'm not pandering to anyone. They're fucking mind-blowing.
And they're, one of the night nurses my friend was talking to and was like, why do you do the night shift? They work 7 to 7. And she said, well, then, I get to be with my kids during the day. And my friend was like, well, when do you sleep then?
Yeah.
And she was like, well, I nap when my kid, basically, I nap when my kid naps. I'm like, you get 1 hour of sleep a day? Like, and she's so smiley and happy and kind. And I mean, they are really special. And then they have to see so much death.
I wish my dad had been a little gentler on some of the nurse staff towards the end. But he got a couple wild things in his mind that he thought had happened. After he got brain radiation and stuff, there were a couple of things where it's like I showed up and he was at war with the entire nurse staff.
Sure.
Because
what did he think happened?
They had come, he had this story about how they had come in the middle of the night and like assaulted him in all these ways. And as I was listening to the details, I'm like, I think they changed his diaper. Like, I think that's what happened. But it is like delirium.
Yeah.
It was this crazy event that happened.
Yeah. But they're used to that because like a lot of patients with dementia, like my grandfather,
Well, after that, every time I came, I brought flowers for the nurses. And I would say to them, thank you for your patience with my dad. I was afraid he was going to get kicked out. I'm like, he needs to be like, bud, you bet if you get kicked out of here, what the fuck?
They're not.
Back to the hospital thing.
Mm-hmm.
This is a brag. I do think my superpower as a person, I just isolated this recently, because I was going to see a friend that's very ill. And Kristen was like, as I was leaving, she was like, in some way, like, oh, this will be hard, good luck kind of a thing. And I said, oh, I'm going to have a blast. Like, that's what I can do. I can have a blast anywhere. That's the thing I can decide is like, I'm going to have a blast here. And I've been in the hospital quite a bit in my day, visiting people. And for the most part, it's been a party, Like, that's the one thing I can do is I can figure out how to have fun nearly anywhere. Or my, Lincoln and Kristen went to a funeral in Toledo and leading up to it, they're of course somber. They're also sad about the person. And I said, don't forget, a lot of times these funerals are so fucking fun because you're seeing a bunch of your family members you haven't seen in a long time, or even in Lincoln's case, meeting some that she hasn't met. And this funeral, halfway through, they bounced and went sledding with cousins she had never met.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, these things can turn into but always be open to the fact that they can turn into a party.
Right.
I do not sell you on this.
I think that's right that I think you do that. I think you can do that and you do that. And
it's like my one skill. I can't fix anything that's going on with these friends and family members I've had that have gotten ill. Like I feel so powerless. Mm-hmm. There's nothing that can be done. But then I think, well, the only thing I can do is like, I can be a party when I'm there. Mm-hmm. I can try to be a reprieve from the heaviness of all this.
Sure. Yeah. That's true. I mean, for the person that's like sick, that's a huge gift.
Unless they're like, hey, why are you so goddamn happy, man? I'm fucking dying. I guess it could go that way.
Well,
it's not time for jokes, my friend.
Depends on who it is.
Yeah.
Everyone's different.
Yeah.
I think if you're sick, you want lightness, probably, mostly. So that's probably good to have you around. I think the flip of that coin, because all superpowers have
a dark
flips,
side.
Have a dark side.
Yeah. Double-edged sword.
In some ways, I think that there's a compartmentalization that you have to do that, right? You have to be like, that part's not here.
I just simply go to, if I were them and I was towards the end, the last thing I would want is to watch person after person come and cry in front of me and me to know I'm the source of all this sadness. That would be very hard for me with my disposition.
Right.
Like, I have always been trying to make everyone around me as happy as possible. So if I was the source of all this sadness around me, that would just be a very miserable last period for me. It's like, oh my God, broken all these people's hearts. This is like one person, I assume right or wrong that they're in that situation that they've mostly been dealing with people coming in and crying. And then maybe even feeling inclined to have to comfort all these people. And so, yeah, I want it to be like, we have limited time to party. Yeah. Let's do it.
No, I don't mean for the person. I mean for
me. Well, what is true probably is that quite often I don't experience the thing that people were experiencing in the hospital room till months later. So I do think that is true. Like I'll get a wave of sadness post everything.
Yeah.
With Barton, it wasn't till I got on an airplane to fly to Detroit where I was like, oh my God, all that just happened. Because I wasn't allowing it to happen at the time. I don't know which one's better or worse, whether I feel it a month later or in the moment. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't mean, I don't think there's better or worse for, it's just individual, but I wonder if you expect more people to have that mentality. You're very, very quick to move on to like the bright side, the happy side, remember funerals can be a party.
You can't spell funeral without fun, F-U-N.
Sure, that part.
Yeah.
And I think that is definitely a way that you cope, but I don't think it's, however, I think a lot of people like need to feel it.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I don't think most people are like me in that way, for sure.
Yeah.
Now, this is borderline a saccharine story, but truly it's one of the most exceptional things I've ever witnessed in my life, which is I was in Afghanistan with Tom Arnold. We were just starting this comedy show we were going to do. Then they started firing the howitzer, which is this huge cannon. It's shaking the whole thing. We're on this tiny little base on the border of Pakistan and Afghanistan. And they come in at some point. There's a lot of firing. Then they come in, they go, okay, it's over. Go out to the flight line. They're bringing back 2 dead soldiers and like 4 wounded soldiers. And so they take us to the flight line and they teach us how to salute, and we're going to do this whole thing, right? And now it's getting really intense. Like, it's also that the air is incredible. Like, it is all very memorable. It's like very warm, but it's raining and we're saluting and it's emotional. And they're playing the bagpipe.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, this is fucking crazy real. Like, how am I standing here?
Yeah.
And then after where we salute, they send us back to our little temporary where we're staying in these barracks. And then about 20 minutes later, they come in, they go, okay, guys, you are up. Go into the emergency room.
Oh.
We want you to talk with the guys that are wounded. And now I'm thinking like, are we qualified to go do that? I mean, these guys are like 30 minutes out from being ambushed.
Yeah.
So we go into this little tiny plywood hospital where they're doing some radical stuff on these guys really quick. And I see them put an x-ray up. They've just x-rayed this guy that they've just also wheeled over. And I can see he has shrapnel all over his chest, right? So this guy's quite fucked up. And without missing a beat, Tom Arnold stepped up. He's like, hey, buddy, where you from? Blah, 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 blah. And Tom started letting it rip, and he's telling stories about Roseanne and about all this getting stabbed in the chest in the kitchen. And this guy is starts laughing so hard that the doctor has to come over and go, okay, hold on. Back off a little bit.
That's nice.
And I was just sitting there. It was the Tom show. I wasn't involved at all. And I was just watching like, this is insanely powerful.
Yeah.
This thing
absolutely.
Tom Arnold can do fearlessly without any, he just ran right in there, started letting rip. The guy had already been given morphine, but that wasn't necessarily changing anything. But it was insane.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And I was like on the verge of tears watching this power Tom Arnold had and what he did to this dude in this moment. And then we went on to other bases and blah, blah, blah. And then when we got back to the main base, we ran into that dude. He had been sent there for more medical treatment, and he was well enough that we saw him. And yeah, the way he thanked Tom for that was like, pff,
that's huge.
It was incredible.
Yeah, that's incredible. I think that's great if you can give someone that.
Yeah, like what he bought him in that moment is like, you can't, there's not even a drug you can give somebody for that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I showed Lincoln your favorite movie. I know you just heard that in the previous interview.
Movie. Yes. Well,
Oceans.
top 5. Ocean's 11.
Ocean's 11.
So good. What'd she think?
So she loved it. Yeah, it's so clever.
It is.
It's so clever.
I
What
love
a
it so
screenplay.
much. It's so fun and smart. Like you are trying to fit, like the way it all comes together in the end.
Danny Ocean's very clever.
He's very clever.
It was fun for her too, because I think she's only been seeing Brad Pitt at his current age.
Yes.
And for her, not me, he's a very old man.
That's wild.
You know, when you're 12,
Yeah.
a 62-year-old man is quite old.
Yeah.
So seeing him at whatever he was in that movie, I think it was 2001. He was
Yeah.
probably, I don't know, 40 or something. But he looked probably 35.
Yeah, he looks in his
he's
mid-30s.
so youthful looking.
He is.
And she was like, she was getting it. She's like, oh my God, he's so cute. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh no, I know, look at this fucking
Cutest.
jawline.
That whole cast. Oh my God.
I know.
Everyone. I heard they're
Damon and-
doing another one with the original cast.
Oh,
I don't know if that's
hope.
a rumor, but
I hope they bring them all back. Everyone is so good in it. Casey is so funny in that movie. Everyone's
Don
great.
Cheadle.
Cheadle's incredible. Damon's, they're all fucking phenomenal.
I know.
Mm.
What a movie.
And no women.
One woman, Julia Roberts.
Yeah.
Biggest movie star of all time.
Yeah, and she has a few scenes.
Yeah.
But it's just funny because as this already came up in this interview we just did. But yeah, as I watch all these movies with my daughters, it's like it's almost impossible to not acknowledge that there was almost no women in any of these movies that were huge
I know. I mean,
hits.
obviously women know that, women see it and understand. I do think it's reasonable, but it is so funny that it requires like having women in your life, not even like a wife, but like specifically daughters to be able to like see the injustices for women.
But you just said we knew, but do you think that's true? Because like Kristen will be the first, like when you were watching Ocean's 11, were you thinking there's no women or were you just enjoying the movie?
No, I was
I think
enjoying...
now we're cognizant of it, but we were in the water at that time. I don't even think you noticed because it's all that existed.
Well, no, you enjoy the movie, but you're aware that like there's one female role in a movie that you'd want to have. Or there's 2. There's the role and the best friend often, and that's it.
Yeah.
So when you're an actor, even when you're just like an acting class looking for scenes and stuff, like you're very aware, like, oh, this is limited, or there's 2 tropes only.
Yeah. But like when you were 14 and watching that, or like Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah, but I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's just zero. Much of these movies that were huge.
Yes.
Yes. I didn't notice.
Yeah.
Because
know.
That's just what a movie was.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Written by men, geared toward men.
Yeah, it's men writing stories that interest them, which are going to be adventure-y, conquer,
Yeah, but I also think men, now that things have changed to an extent and are changing, men still enjoy those. It's just, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I think we've all, Yeah, now you're like, duh.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm just
exactly.
more like,
It's
I'm
funny.
having the that fun dissonance of like having grown up without ever thinking of anything, and then and this is just, this goes for a bunch of things.
Totally. Yeah, it's pretty weird.
You watch movies from the 80s with your kids, and it's just like there might be a fat runner that goes on for like 13 scenes over the course of the movie. There might be, I mean, my God, Revenge of the Nerds. It's like they rape a girl. It was a huge hit movie.
I know.
And you're like, oh, but they're nerds. You feel bad for them. Like, it's insane.
I know.
You watch it now, and it's just like, wow, I just don't understand how that wasn't obvious to me back then.
It is crazy how time moves.
Yeah.
And society moves and what's acceptable moves. And I think that is, when we get into like, oh, like everyone's so woke.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's just like a tension with the changing times. Like at some point, this is going to look crazy. Something's going to look crazy. People are going to watch it and be like, oh my God, they were saying that. They were doing that.
That's inevitable.
Evolved,
Yeah,
and I think there'll always be a group that's like, what? We should be allowed to do that. We should. But it's like, we got to keep evolving.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Tis.
Okay. Oh, I also wrote, do you think Asians have a resistance to water? Could they? How much water does...
You know me, I know Asians have a resistance to lactose.
Okay, it says there's no biological resistance or genetic inability for Asians. Oh, this is confusing. To swim or float in water. That's not what I'm asking.
Yeah, there's nobody's allergic to water.
Not allergic.
Okay.
But just like maybe it doesn't. Okay, first of all, you know more than anyone. There's no such thing as nobody.
No, there are some nobodies.
How can you
There's no human that's allergic to oxygen.
Well, there probably is, and then they die.
Well, then they're not a human. They didn't even make it.
Well,
they were a different species if they couldn't process oxygen.
Okay.
I mean, there are some things. Humans will die if they're left in a room that's 200 degrees. We have some limits that doesn't. No one is excused from.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we need water. All
we
humans.
We need water. Yes.
Yeah. And nobody's allergic to water.
Okay, but don't you think some bodies could process things differently, and you might not know?
So yes, people have different salinity counts. Baseline salinity counts, like how well they process and or hold on to salt.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yes, there are people that have a higher salinity count who will dehydrate slower than people with a very low salinity count. So sure, there could be populations of people that have a predisposition to dehydration and some that are less likely to dehydrate based on that population's differing genetic salinity count.
Because then certain populations have a high salinity count. They might not need as much water.
That's
and then
true.
They might be like full off of water.
Well, no. I agree with you. All I don't agree with you is that anyone would not need water.
Okay. Well, not need at all. Just maybe need
levels.
Less and also like.
Totally possible.
When I'm with people and they're drinking so much water and then I'm like, trying to drink more water because of my planner.
Mostly white people love water. Is that
it's not all white people.
It's not all whites.
It's not all whites.
I think it's socioeconomic to some degree. I would love to see a graph of socioeconomics and water intake.
Why? That's interesting.
Because I think rich people have the bandwidth to be micromanaging their health in a way that people are just trying to survive would be. And so I think they have more of an obsession with water
drinking
intake.
Water. Yeah, that's probably true. Yeah. I just mean the way my body feels. Like I'm with people and their glass is gone and gone and gone. And then I'll be like, I need to drink water to match, And then I'll start and then I'm halfway through the cup and I'm full of water. Like it is not, it's not an exaggeration. It's not like I'm full.
Sure. Yeah. You're at maximum water
I don't
capacity.
want my cup in my body.
My cupeth is full.
And it will
runneth over.
It will runneth over.
Yeah.
And it's uncomfortable for me because, at night I drink a ton of water because of my vitamins.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like drinking so much water and I'm uncomfortable for at least 20 to 30 minutes.
Wow.
So I could be a medical marvel.
The only thing I would offer as a counterpoint to all this is that I do think you should be peeing more often.
Yeah, but then since I've been drinking more water because of my planner, I've been peeing more.
Yeah, and you're going to be less likely to get a UTI.
Well, that's why I was doing it, because I was like, I think I'm
infection.
getting an infection, so I need to
I think there is a
pee.
baseline of what we would say is healthy amount of urination.
How many pees do
And
you
when you
think a
check
day?
into a hospital, they do ask, when's the last time you peed? Like, peeing is a big marker of your
I
health.
pee at least once a day.
Oh, boy. I pee 3 times that in just the night.
Well, now
while I'm sleeping.
I know. Well, now I have, you get it in your head, and then now I wake up in the night, I'm like, I gotta pee, and then I don't, but I make myself. Okay, how many pees a day is normal? Okay, 6 to 8 times for adults.
Yeah, you're way under that.
Okay, but it says, but 4 to 10 times can be considered healthy.
Does it say 1 in there at all?
No, I don't do 1. I at least do 2 because I pee first thing in the morning and I definitely pee at night. And I normally pee at least once during the day.
So 3 times. Can you find 3 on that chart?
But I probably pee 4 times a day. Let's see. Today I just peed.
Congrats. But by the way, this is new. You and I have worked together for almost 8 years now, and 7.5 of those years you did not pee at all during the day. Yeah.
Well,
True.
maybe. I only peed once on set when I was on set that day.
Yeah.
And I was there 13 hours.
Yeah, like I'm going to Disneyland this weekend.
Uh-huh.
And what'll happen to me is I will make it the first couple hours of the day without having to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And then it'll get progressively crazier. Well, I will be peeing every hour. Like when we see a
Yes.
bathroom, I know I need to stop in there.
That's why you broke the seal. I never break the seal.
Yeah.
And I
you
think-
like it.
I think I like it, minus the occasional infection.
Sure. Now, when I'm driving, I can alter that a bit when I'm driving.
See, I think
but I
that's
also
what's
pee in cups
interest-
while I drive, as you know.
Right. But not ever. You don't pee like 8 times in a cup.
When I'm driving for 16 hours straight,
Yeah.
which I
How
do
many
often,
times?
I will make it the first like 7 hours without peeing.
See?
But by the time I pee, I'm in trouble. And I've been wanting to pee for a couple hours, but I've been ignoring it. And then again, like everything else, it starts, then I'll pee 3 hours later, and then I'll have to pee an hour and a half later.
Right. You broke the seal.
Yeah.
So my theory is peeing is mental. I feel like a mental game. We probably only need to pee 3 to 4 times.
Well, I think you just read the 6 times.
It says the normal number of times. That's like average. That doesn't mean that's what we have to do.
No.
That's what people do. I think it's brain power. You're like, what is
Mind
it?
over matter?
Yeah, it's mind over matter.
Mind over bladder?
And yeah,
Yeah.
it's mind over bladder. And I think I just
a lot
really
of
good at
physicians
it.
will warn about holding pee. It can get.
Yeah, I'm gonna get in trouble for this because it's like,
It's not great advice to
my
drink less
mom-
water and pee less.
My mom's she's so worried about my pee.
Yeah.
Because
she thinks about it all the time.
She does.
I bet a few times a day she thinks about your pee.
Yeah, because it's weird to think, God, I feel bad for her. When we were in India when I was 4, I had this like horrible bladder infection.
Because you didn't want to use any of the bathrooms.
I don't know why.
That's
probably.
what you told me.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Or like I was scared. I was in a new place. I didn't want to leave my mom. So then I got this
You
horrible.
look like everyone. You could get mixed up.
Stolen.
First time you didn't stand out.
Kidnapping. Yeah. And I already had a fear of that, as we know. So then, they were like making me drink coconut water from the coconut.
Oh, cool. Nature's hydrator.
Sounds cool now. It wasn't cool then. I
just think
hated
it's
it.
cool that nature was
Provided.
Yeah,
me too.
Yeah.
Also, it is cool now. I would love to drink.
Yeah, they say it's very
drink that.
hydrating, coconut
Well,
water.
that's what they were trying to force me. And I was like, no, I was so
stubborn.
And my
You've always
poor
been.
mom is just like trying to cure my infection. I feel bad. I'm not going to tell her.
You're not going to apologize.
No.
Okay.
I hope this gets back to her. Moms have it tough.
I call my mom probably once every 8 months
To apologize.
and apologize for something that I'm now dealing with my own kids. Yeah.
Well, your mom
I mean, that
apologized.
spring break was that was the biggest wake-up call of my life. It was like,
Oh, when you took them on your own.
yeah. And
Yeah.
I was like, they were fighting the whole time. I was like, God, man, she had a third one in the mix that was fighting. And she couldn't afford the vacation we were on. I don't know
it's
how
a
she
lot.
handled the stress.
That's a lot.
And my brother and I fist fought. Like, the fights were, they were scary probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we'd be in the back seat, like there's two lions in the back seat going at it, seatbelts off,
God.
wrestling around. And she's trying to like read a map,
Oh,
paper
yeah,
map.
exactly. And doesn't have any
poor
gas in
woman.
the car.
Running on fumes.
Running on fumes. Oh, yeah, that's hard.
God bless moms.
That's
Nurses and moms. This fact check was
I like that.
dedicated
Brought
to
to you
nurses-
by nurses
nurses
and
and
moms. Okay, let's do some facts.
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert, if you dare.
Claudia. I say Claudia because we have a friend named Claudia, and it's more fun to say it that way. And I feel like that's the German way to say it. Claudia.
Yeah. I say Claudia.
Yeah, I think Claudia would prefer you to.
I agree because I think that's how you say it.
And you probably say Rowe, but I say Rowe.
Oh, wow.
I say Claudia Rowe.
Yeah.
But it's really Claudia Rowe.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. In
First fact.
I loved this episode.
Yeah, I've been repeating. For me, the most salient point that was made in the entire thing is that poverty looks a lot like neglect.
Exactly.
Fuck.
Exactly. Exactly.
Fuck.
And the real statistics about taking kids from their parents, even if their parents aren't what you think are fit, or because I could see myself having definitely thought that for a long time. Like, well, they aren't fit to take care of that
They're
kid.
hungry sometimes.
Exactly. Or they're
yeah.
not good parents or what are, and like, doesn't matter.
The other option's worse.
The other option is worse.
Yeah.
And that really struck me. And now I've been very aware of like when I hear about the system, or also when I look around at all these unhoused people, and I just think like they're all from it.
I even observed something this morning, weirdly, that made me think of it as I was walking Delton to school, and then there was a kid dressed in their pajamas.
Mm-hmm.
And they do have pajama days some days, right?
Yeah.
But no one else was in pajamas. And then this teacher was asking the student. And then I just had, again, this thought like, fuck, man, maybe she didn't have someone that helped her get dressed.
Yeah.
And I don't know that that's the scenario.
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
she
yeah.
thought it was pajama day.
Right,
and
or
it
maybe she
wasn't.
just wanted to wear her
But
pajamas.
the teacher was concerned.
Right.
And then I was a little bit like, that's how this ball gets rolling.
I know.
And it's well-intentioned, but also
but bad.
it's not necessarily, the outcome is not better.
It's very hard
to accept.
Yeah, because I understand the impulse, like, well, we got to get this kid in a situation. They can't be living in a house where they don't have clothes and stuff, but they really can't be living in a house where they don't have parents or someone that loves them or knows them.
Right. You got to go like, oh, shit, they clearly haven't bathed in a long time and they're in the same clothes 6 days in a row. That's troubling, but probably not as troubling as sending them to prison, which they'll have a 65% chance of happening.
Well, that's the other. Now I'm like so angry about when a kid is removed from their family. I'm like, you ruined it.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately you ruined it.
Yeah.
And you started this cycle, and now that kid is traumatized and probably will do something that confirms that you think this system is bad.
Yeah.
And it's like, don't do that.
And then look, there's going to be some percentage that are getting sexually abused and physically abused, and they can't be there.
Of course.
And then in that case, it's like, we need a great place for those kids to
we
go.
Have to. And even the thing about like, which is a fact about kinship care, like that has to be the first resort.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could build that Hogwarts.
I mean, I can't afford to build a Hogwarts, but I could probably, help get a Hogwarts built.
I'll teach there. I'll teach
What classes are you gonna
dark arts. Yeah,
Okay.
and then it'll probably be hard at first to get good teachers, so I can do multiple subjects.
Okay.
So I'll do dark arts, and then I will do transfiguration.
Okay.
That's exciting.
Okay.
I'm not interested in teaching herbology, so don't ask me to do that.
I won't.
Okay.
I'm going to teach mischief.
Yeah, sure. Sure.
There's
Dark
a
arts
right
is
dosage of mischief that everyone
Yeah.
should have in their life.
I understand. Anywho, okay, let's see. So, how many students in Beddington College where she went? She said it was so small. About 1,000 total students, 700 to 800 undergraduates, and a smaller graduate population. So very small. Trinity High School where she went, and she was like alluding to the fact that it's fancy,
Okay.
which wasn't for her. I looked at prestigious schools in New York City. But top contenders consistently mentioned for academic rigor, history, and elite college placement, Ivy League Plus, include Horace Mann School, Brearley School, which is girls, Trinity School,
Okay.
Dalton School, Collegiate School, boys.
They sound fancy.
They really do.
Yeah, they deliver.
Spence School, girls, and Chapin. I'm probably saying that wrong because I didn't go to any of these.
Yeah.
School, girls.
That's the first test to admit you to the school.
How do you pronounce
Yeah.
this? Anywho, so tuition for Trinity School,
Hit me.
70,000.
70,000. Hello.
That's
What grades does it go
so
from?
much.
Do we know? Is it just high school or is
That's
it
a good question.
6 through 12? I want to do some fast math.
With figures around.
Frick a
Let's
frack.
see, Trinity School.
Frick a frack. Do you remember in Christmas Story, the movie with Ralphie?
K through 12.
K through 12. So 13 times 70 would be $910,000 to get through there.
Oh, maybe kindergarten stuff's cheaper.
I doubt it.
I don't know. What were you saying about Christmas?
Christmas Story.
Uh-huh.
Ralphie's father, he's always fighting the furnace downstairs.
Oh,
He's like, frackers. And my dad stringed together, or he meld together a string of swear words, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
That is me in this door,
Oh, what's happening?
my front door. I think I already told you that
Oh,
I
yeah,
took
you-
it apart. I was gliding on a cloud for 2 days.
Right.
Because I had packed this hole that I thought was and it worked for 2 days. And then today I noticed it wasn't working again.
Okay.
And I was like, you motherfucking back scratching, dirty.
Oh, you became him.
2-bit rat soup eating motherfucker.
Oh,
And I got the Dremel out today.
okay.
And I cut pieces of the
Door?
hardware out.
Oh, boy. Okay.
And it's working incredibly now. But
Okay.
my ongoing battle with this door
Now, are you
is biblical.
a little bit like, I kind of want to just prep you like David Feigenbaum, who we had on, and he cured his own disease.
Oh, yeah?
But, he kept thinking he cured the disease and
Yeah,
would
yeah.
celebrate, and then the disease came back.
Yeah, that's right. Well, that's what stage I was at this morning.
But I'm worried.
But today I cured it.
You sure?
Yeah, because I removed the offensive piece that was getting bound up, and I really studied it for a long time. I'm like, if that's out of there, is it not going to function? And I did a lot of different little tests, and I'm like, I think it will work just fine without that piece. And then I cut it out, and it fucking works great now.
Okay. I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
That's good. That feels good. Oh, okay. So she said the Tawana Brawley story and asked us if we knew about it, and we didn't. So I looked it up. An African-American woman from New York who gained notoriety in 87. Was just recently
Big year.
new to this world. At age 15, when it was alleged she falsely accused 4 white men of kidnapping and raping her over a 4-day period. At the end of November of that year, Brawley was found in a trash bag after having been missing for 4 days from her home in New York.
Oof.
This is
Ooh.
god awful. She
Yeah.
had racial slurs written on her body and was covered in feces.
Oh, fuck, dude.
The feces came from a collie owned by a resident of the building where Brawley was found. Brawley accused 4 men of having raped her.
I do think I've seen a doc
I
about
don't
this now.
remember.
That trash bag part feels familiar. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Whew,
it's
the
really-
savagery that humans are capable of at times
know.
is really
Isn't it shocking?
unimaginable. Yeah. It's jarring. Yeah.
It is jarring. Like when we had Elizabeth Smart on, It was interesting talking to her because I think this is for me to feel better about living in this world. I chalk everything up to just like mental health issues.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, that person's sick.
Yeah, right.
And I can live in a world where people are sick and do horrible things. But it's like very strict. Yeah, like it makes it hard for me to like breathe thinking that that's not the case, that they just are doing it.
Normal people can do
Yeah.
that, yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, you look at historically how many times mass amounts of people have participated in some pretty vile stuff, and you get into the power of your tribe, you know?
Yeah. And I mean, I guess this whole episode spoke to a lot of this, like the people she met in these prisons who've done horrible, horrible things, and they are products of their environment.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. Okay. Oh, what states have adopted kinship care? All U.S. states have adopted kinship care to some degree, with many actively expanding programs, especially since the Family First Act encouraged prioritizing relatives for children in foster care, with specific states like Michigan, ding, 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 we like
Congrats.
that. Kansas, Nebraska, Nevada, North Dakota, Colorado, Delaware, Illinois, Iowa, Kentucky, Louisiana, Oregon, South Dakota, Tennessee, and Washington, implementing distinct licensing standards for kin caregivers to access federal funds. I'm not seeing California on there, which I don't like.
Okay.
Get
Newsom on the horn.
Exactly. I thought I had more.
That was it.
That was it. Claudia Rowe came with the flax.
Yeah, the whole thing is, I get so frustrated when we treat symptoms and not
I know.
diseases, and we don't do anything upriver.
I know.
It's
And we all
maddening.
know, but we know, so
I know,
why?
because they won't fund it. And they think it's fiscally responsible, but it's not. It's fiscally irresponsible. The homeless crisis is so expensive. The prison system's so expensive. The state-run rehabs are so expensive. The theft and loss of property, all of it is like, it's so expensive.
I know. And they think
it could not cost more than Hogwarts.
No.
Hogwarts in every city.
I am going to charge a fair amount of money as a teacher.
Oh, jeez, Monica.
So.
No. You're not allowed to.
It's like a skill I have.
No,
so,
no. I don't think any of those teachers were getting paid at Hogwarts.
Yes, they were. They were in great robes.
Yeah, they'll supply all kinds of great stuff because you're supposed to be living a very fun, you're eating great food. You've seen the meals at Hogwarts,
the
floating
bowls
turkeys.
They just fill up automatically.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait. Okay, fine. I'll only charge like 75%.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. I'll obviously do it for free.
Pro bono.
Yes, I'm doing that pro bono. Dark arts. Ooh, that could get a little dicey though if I'm doing it for free, because then I might get really dark and I'll lose track of myself.
When you're a wizard, you don't need money.
I know. I don't really understand money, because some are poorer than others, so I don't really get that.
I don't either. Just make money. Like obviously, they got these skills turn lead into gold.
And they have the bank. They have
they get their own
Gringotts.
currency, right?
Yeah, Gringotts.
Yeah, okay.
I want to live there so bad.
I wish that for you.
I know.
I want a time machine and you want Hogwarts.
I do.
God, would I zip around in my time machine?
Do you think I'd be a good wizard? I want to know what you think.
That's like asking, do you like this dress? This is a question that can't be answered, really.
I want honesty.
I don't want to answer.
Why don't you think I'd be a good wizard?
I didn't say you wouldn't be a good wizard, but it's just ripe for...
Listen, we know if you thought I'd be a good wizard, you'd say yes.
I've never even thought about it.
I know, I'm asking
but I immediately
you to think
thought if
about
my
it.
answer was bad witch, then that's not going to work out.
Bad witch?
Whatever you're asking. Like if my answer were dark arts or whatever you're asking.
Oh, no.
What did you just ask?
Okay. You took it as would I be a good wizard or a bad wizard?
That's right.
Like morally.
Yes.
But I was asking, do you think I would make a good wizard?
Oh, yes. Great. Absolutely.
But now.
No, I don't even want to.
Oh, no. You think I'd be an evil one?
Oh, my God. No. What I
okay if you
immediately
think that.
thought is as I was evaluating, I was like, well, this is already an errand I don't want to be on because if I conclude you'd be a naughty witch, I don't want to say that and then have you be upset. And so I immediately recused myself from the question.
I know, but we like to talk here about fun stuff and thought experiments.
Well, fun stuff where people's feelings don't get hurt.
I'm not going to get my feelings hurt. I just want to know why I'd be a bad wizard.
I don't think you would be a bad wizard.
But you think I'd have some things that were bad.
I'm not thinking at all about
can
your
you?
wizard. No, I'm not going to.
Okay, well, now you have hurt my feelings because you won't answer.
This is a no win. Even in a not participating, it was a loss.
Well, yeah, you didn't, and it's okay if you think I'm naughty. I just want to know why.
I don't think anything about what kind of wizard you would be. I don't even understand what makes a good or bad wizard. Some of the characters are likable that were bad, right?
Well, some turn out to be good, but they weren't nice.
Okay.
But they did the right thing at the end.
But like Slytherin, on the surface, I'm like, oh yeah, to say someone would be in Slytherin is an insult, but that's not true, right? To be Slytherin is fine.
Well, okay. Some people think that there's good and bad in all of the houses.
Yeah.
Okay. And
it sounds consistent with what we know about humans.
Right. But there are traits and tropes, you know? And look, there's a lot of people who are diagnosed Slytherin.
Yeah.
And mostly they all love that.
Yeah.
They're taking
like
so
Charlie
much pride.
With love.
Exactly.
Yes,
and Erica too.
Yeah, great.
She says she's a Slytherin. She's really proud of it.
Yeah.
And I don't like that.
Right.
Because I'm like, guys, it's like so eye-rolly to like being bad.
See, so this is kind of my point is that I know how much it all means to you. So I don't want to tiptoe in and accidentally trigger something that I wouldn't even think would be a thing.
I'm telling you now it won't. I'm giving you permission to be your free self. I'm giving you permission. Do you think I'm a Hufflepuff? It's okay if you do.
What do you want to be?
No,
Gryffindor?
We're not doing
You're
that.
You're a Gryffindor.
No, we're not doing that.
Griswold. Okay, I love you.
I love you. This is probably why I'm a muggle. It's like somebody didn't want to make the decision, so they just... Let's just make her a muggle.
And even like muggle, that means a lot to you.
Yeah, because it's a non-magic girl.
Oh, okay.